Anyway, my name's Stephanie. Pronouns are she, her. This is the space I created to share my crafty endeavors, what I'm working on, what I'm planning on working on, show off stuff I acquire, which being a crafter is a lot. Collecting the things I hear is a whole nother hobby. And I'm deeply, deeply in that hobby. So, I, pardon me, I have been coughing a lot since the beginning of this month. I went out to visit my daughter, California, and I started coughing there, and it was a combination of the cat litter, so there's dust, dirty cat litter, the smell. I really started coughing, and then I got back and we found out that they have mold in their guts. So I think that is also a contributing factor. Cough is pretty much gone, but every once in a while I still have a really hard time with it. And I leave tomorrow for a stitching retreat. So I'm hoping it chills out. I don't start hacking in the middle of the room. So I might strategically need to sit near a door so I can exit quickly, but we shall see. I haven't eaten yet either, so I am hungry. But I need to get this done. I need to pack all the last minute stuff right before a trip. So let's get into some stitching, shall we? So the whole week I was in California, I did no stitching. The only stitching I did was in the airport. And I worked on a little pattern called Spooky Valentine. I have Notion, I use Notion, and yet I try and remember things that I know I will not remember. So, one second while I look this up. The internet's not the greatest. Ghostly Valentine. And it is on 14 Count Chilton, which was Fangirl Fibers. So it's going to be 5 little ghosties. I did this in the airport while I was waiting for my flight. So nice and easy to stitch on. It's 14 count. And of course, later. So this is actually, I'm making this for my daughter and her husband and their new daughter because there's 5 little ghosties. Their last name has 5 letters. They love spooky stuff. And their baby, they were married on Halloween, and their baby decided to grace its presence by coming a month early on Valentine's Day. So when I saw this pattern, it was just perfect. It was perfection. So hopefully I can get this done soon and then finish it, send it off to her, give her some measurements so she can find a frame for it, or if she wants to hang it, just hang it. She knows it's coming. She loves it. She totally loves it. That's the first thing I worked on. Like I said, there's not going to be a lot because it's been a little bit busy. I'm not usually a busy person. I'm a homebody. I tend to stay at home and craft. All right. So the first thing I worked on was the newest Lola Crow Sal, which is the Deadly Aquarium. The frame dropped. So this is the frame. We have 6 weeks, I believe, to get this done. I did not believe I was going to start it until after Stitch North because of other stuff I wanted to work on and get done. I had decided that there's no chance I'm going to get those things done, so why not start it? And that's what I did. So, so I don't know if I ever showed the greenhouse that I did because I'm very new to Flosstube. But the greenhouse was on the 20 count Ada. Dark and Spooky, The Deadly Aquarium is on 20 count Ada. Not dark and spooky. Very, very, very bright. So that's where I'm at. The fabric is a lot brighter than it's showing. This is on 20 count Sea Goddess by Night Stalker's Calling. And this is just sulky black. And I use the sulky black over 310 because it gets better coverage and I can use one strand and get nice coverage. Whereas the 310 DMC, one strand is two strands is really thick. I don't like it. So the sulky is just really, really nice. So there's a lot of stitches in this frame. So I'm happy they are giving us 6 weeks to do it. And this fabric is just gorgeous. So it's going to look fantastic. It should use about half of it. I have all this fabric down here. Most of this will not get used, so I will have plenty left over to use for other things. And I like 20 count. 40 count hurts my brain. I've gone up to 32, and that can be a struggle depending on the color of it. So, Ada has been my happy place. 28 count is my higher count happy place with even weave linen. I like how linen things look on linen. Not a fan of actually stitching on linen. Go figure that out. But everyone has their preferences. And that's why we sit with that one. And then a friend of mine, Vintage Soul Gal Steph, was at a retreat this past weekend in Texas. And they messaged me on Instagram and was like asking if I could send an updated picture of my temperature dragon. And I was like, well, I haven't worked on it since February. So it's not that far. Because their table mate was actually working on it. Temperature dragon is this. So Christie's Corner. It's amazing. So Temperature Dragon is made for leap year edition, so it's for this year. So every day you record temperature. It's associated with a color. You stitch that color for that day. So we start here. This is January in the middle. This part going down. And then backwards. February is here. And then this is March. And this is going to be April. So all I had done was this and most of this. So I sent her the picture anyway. And I was like, this is where I'm at. I think you've already seen it, but here you go. And I was inspired to work on it. Now mine's going to look a lot more different than this. So I am actually doing highs and lows, which for this section was very difficult, but these are narrow, long bits. So this looks really intense on mine. This looks really nice. This is came out really nice, and this one's going to come out kind of like this. So these two are going to be the really difficult sections for doing the highs and lows. We're powering through. We're powering through, and I'm really glad that March was a lot easier because I think the reason I stopped in February is because it was being so difficult figuring it out. So I'm using all these Stitch Me silks and rainbow of colors. And if you think of a rainbow, you go typical rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And I did that because red being the higher temperatures and purple being the lower, I can easily look at it and my mind can process that closer to the top of the rainbow, the reds, is higher temperatures. As you go down, they're lower. And then white is the coldest, and then higher than red, I went to pinks. As we don't get super, super hot here in PA, but this is where I am now. So as you can see, January in the middle here, it looks pretty good at the highs and lows. February was intense figuring all of this out with these long, skinny things. And then March looks really cool. So with March, you know, this first 15 days are here and the next 15 days are here. So it starts off at day 1. So this is the high, that's the low. This is day 2. So the highs are on the outside, the low in the middle. And then you got 3, 4. So the highs are up here, and then the lows are down here. And I did the same thing up here. So the highs and then the lows. Big chunks of the lows being the same, but the day temperatures are usually pretty different. So you can see we had a little bit of warmth over here. Just a little bit. But they're still very cold at night. Still in the 30s, people. It's almost May. Why are we still in the 30s? We actually have a frost warning again tomorrow. I will not be here. I will be in Canada. Go figure. So I will miss the frost warning, second of this week. But it'll be interesting. I'm gonna do my April. End of April is gonna be Canada. Beginning of April is gonna be California. Yeah. So April's gonna be really interesting to see how it works out. And I do plan on filling in these eyes so you can see this gold a little bit better in the eyes. This one's really light. This one came out really nice. But this one's super light. So I'm probably gonna outline it a little bit with darker gold or something. Just so they stick out a little, pop out a little bit more, and then fill in the rest of it with white. Also help it pop out a little more. But that's where I am at. I'm loving this so far. It's nice to stitch on. This is just a random linen I got off a freebie table. So, it'll be no later. And that is that. Apparently, I'm super chatty about stuff today. I am usually not a talker, especially lately, because talking tends to make me cough. So maybe the coughing's getting better. You can only hope. And I do plan on bringing this to Stitch North with me. I waffled back and forth, thank you, Helen, about taking it, but I'm bringing it. Even if I don't work on it, I just want to show it off. The aquarium I am bringing with me as well, because one of my friends is also working on it, so we're going to compare. I'm sure they are further along than me, so I've been a bit scattered. So, and that is all I worked on. So, plans. As I've already said several times, I leave tomorrow for Stitch North, which is a stitchy retreat in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. I get to meet and see a bunch of people I got to meet last year, meet a bunch of new people. I'm super excited. I'm picking up Amy at the airport on the way to Buffalo. Yay! So I'm actually going to have a co-pilot this year for part of it. I'm going to try and stop at a little stitchy shop on the way. So that'll also break up the drive a little bit. My butt will probably want a break. Uh, and it's going to be super exciting. I planned on making little friend things for everybody, but I ran out of time based off of this, which is a matchbook I got at Stitch New England last year. Somebody was handing them out. I love this. Sorry for the shaking. I love this thing. A piece of felt, put your needles in there, closes up, put it wherever. This sits on my crafty desk, so I always have some needles available. Do I have extras? Of course. Of course I have extras. Do I know where they are all the time? So this is nice, quick, easy access to a bunch of needles. And if I need to restock, I can find them. I know where most of them are, so they're in a pouch, which is currently packed. So I plan on making a bunch of those. And last night I made some. I got some super sparkly paper in different colors. This is a little bit thicker. I was trying to figure out thickness. First paper I bought was too thin. Cardstock too thick, and felt is really thick, so I'm not sure how it's gonna work. But pardon me. So I've made a few of these. If I have time, I might make a few more. So we shall see. And then there's something different in a couple of them. Now I have to find them. So these are about the same size as that one. And I have some bigger ones. This one I actually put two different pieces of felt in. So if you wanted to get real crafty, you could possibly put different size needles in here, label it behind it if you wanted to. Use a little bit of needle book. I'm not a big one for needle books because they tend to be, in my mind, they tend to be bigger. This is nice and small. This is my style. Small, compact. Chuck it in a bag, I can leave it on the table. This also means it could easily get lost. But with it being shiny and reflective, maybe not. And these are the starter ones I did. Shiny, shiny gold. These ones are a bit bigger. Just playing around. I was super tired last night. Too tired to stitch, so yeah, let me play with this. That's nice and big piece of felt in there. But I thought these were really cute. Um, if you would like one and you're going to Stitch North, hit me up. I have some. I probably will not have the variety of colors I was hoping to have, but I'll have a few. It's going to be a lot lower stock than I was hoping or planned. But if you want one, let me know. I will be there. This is what I look like 24/7 pretty much. Minus glasses sometimes. I do have contacts. I need new glasses. I don't wear my contacts right now because I also have dry eye. They irritate my eyes unbelievably. But there's a pool at the hotel, so I'm bringing them because I want to at least be able to see. I won't be able to hear well because I also wear a hearing aid and I can't wear that in the pool. That will stay up in the room because water, electronics, very expensive electronics that healthcare doesn't pay for. So that will be staying up in the room. And it's getting near the end of its life, so I also need to start saving for that. Yay. Tangent, sorry. Anyway, those are little things I was hoping to make and be able to hand out, but time. Time and good intentions. So I'll have a few of them. I did make a small, and unfortunately I wrapped it right before I did this and prepped it, but I do have a picture of it. And I'm not editing today because time. Anyone who's going to Stitch North knows the time crunch right now. Some people have already left and are on their way. So definitely a time crunch. So this is my small. Um, I believe that's Jessie fabric, mislaid pages, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be. Oh, and called Flosses. This was a free pattern by Stitchy Pros that you got from Market. If you ordered anything from Stitchy Pros, which I did, I showed this pattern, I believe, in my last Flosstube. I actually got it done. Woo! This is definitely a last minute thing. I didn't think I was going to be able to do a small. And the trim on this, I actually took a couple of the threads and crocheted that trim. So that is crocheted trim. So that's the only way I've done trim so far and things. So I like it. I like it. It looks real nice. It's easy to do. I don't have to get anything fancy schmancy that I don't already have. I just take the DMC threads or whatever threads I'm using, crochet them up, glue it on, good. So it's the only type of finish I've done besides just smacking something in a frame. So I haven't gotten real fancy yet. I haven't done pillows. I took a class, Jingle Ball. I took a class that was finishing pillows. Did I finish a pillow? No. Did I do the pattern? Yes. I need to clean my craft room. It's a project when I get back. So if I flipped around things, it's not clean yet. Looks nice over here ish. It's a little messy on the side. But yeah, nothing. It's a mess. You know how it is. Crafters, That's half the battle of organizing stuff so you can find it. As long as you can find it, it's organized, right? It's all good. It's all good. But otherwise, Stitchy plans. Stitch North, I am bringing way too many things because I'm driving and I can, so why not? I'm bringing some gifts for people. Some are gifts that I've had sitting here since last Stitch North that I didn't bring, so I'm bringing them to get them out of my house to the people I meant to give them to, and so I don't have to mail them. Sorry, it's true. Um, like I said, I'm bringing the aquarium. I am bringing my temperature dragon. I'm also bringing my tiny modernist sal that ended in February, which was the Make Today Magical sal. I have not touched it in 3 drops, so I'm 3 drops behind. I'm not sure I'll actually work on it there, but Tiny Modernist is there. I was hoping to finish it so I could show it to her, and it didn't happen. Plans. Oh, all the plans, none of the time. So I'm bringing that. Um, and I'm bringing last year's Spring Fling pattern from these 20 Stitches and Uncanny Kari, hoping to finish that because the weekend I get back is the next Spring Fling. So many exciting things going on right now. Oh my god. Really, after this retreat, I have nothing going on now until July. So I'll have plenty of time to stitch, plenty of time to crochet. I need to work on the socks that I started. I haven't touched them. Spoiler. They are going with me to Stitch North. Hopefully, I will actually do something with them while I'm there because Jazz is there. She's an amazing knitter. Not that I'll have the guts probably to ask her, hey, but that means I actually have to work on them in order to ask her a question. Ask them a question about knitting. So we shall see. Maybe that'll motivate me. Maybe not. It's only 3 days. I'm packing like I'm going to be there forever. I wish. Maybe not. But it's very, very exciting. And I did actually order something, and it came before I left for Stitch North. Yay! So I can still make that. Was a vendor at last year's Stitch North. They are not at weekend 2 this year at Stitch North, which made me very sad. So I was hoping to get one of their scroll lot bags because Kim got to teach her DIY. I had one last year. I didn't know what it was or where she got it until too late. And so I was looking forward to grabbing one this year at Stitch North. And then I found out they were only going to be at weekend 1. So I went to their site, and of course, when you're prepping for a retreat as a vendor, you don't post all the stuff you're making because you're going to sell it at the event and then post leftovers after. Which makes sense. So I was hoping maybe I could message her and someone could pick up. That was getting a bit complicated, so I just bit the bullet. Ordered one from her website that she had left over because I'm putting scroll rods in it. Who cares what the little design is on it? It's still gonna be cute. As long as it's something that totally repulses me. Which none of them do. They're all wonderful. And who cares? So I did. I go ahead and I ordered that, and then I got a little notion bag, which is, I believe, in use already and packed. So that will have to wait till I get back from Station North to show you. But so this is the bag. So this is I Can So Make That, the CW. It actually has her information in there. See if I can actually show this. You can read it. There it is. I Can So Make That. She has a website. She makes these. She makes other bags, holders for knitting needles, double pointed needles, circular needles. But check her out because she does make bags that you can use for project bags. Most of it's knitting centric, but beautiful stuff, great stuff. She's based in Canada. Keep that in mind. Her shipping wasn't bad. I will say that. So, which is why I just bit the bullet and ordered it. Did not expect it to get here before I left. I was hoping. It was actually supposed to get here today, and it got here Monday. So yay. Yeah, this is actually denim. So she makes most of her stuff with denim, uses a lot of denim. And it's just Christmas lights, which are cute. So, yay! And yes, I am planning on using this because my Make Today Magical is on scroll frame. So which is probably why I'm not going to work on it while I'm there. But it is really nice to work on and easy to work on. I don't need a lot of lighting. My eyes don't strain too much. So we shall see. Stay tuned when I get back from Station North. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff. Because I already ordered some stuff that I'm getting there. Friends are going to be there handing out stuff. And there's always random people handing out stuff. You end up with a lot of stuff. There's a freebie table, so so you go there not planning to get a bunch of stuff, and you come back with a bunch of stuff anyway. There is one piece of fabric that I'm hoping to find there from Roxy Floss Co. So that's the one thing I will be looking for. Everything else will be just stuff I found that was pretty. I need to not spend a lot this year. Money is a little bit tighter than it was last year. Last year I went a little overboard. I went overboard more when I got back than when I was there. But we shall see. We shall see. I think that is all I have for you for now. I think that's it. So if you're going to Stitch North, I will see you there. You probably won't see this before you get there. If you're not going to Stitch North, I will be thinking of you. Zach, you need to go. Uh, but I guess that's it. Everybody, enjoy your stitching. Do what makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting others. And hope you're having a good year so far. And it's treating you well.